Here's an example of a book that was intended to be bound by the owner after purchase, and this copy is the untrimmed and uncut, in fact unopened in places, example of a book published in the early 19th century in Italy. The original paper wrappers, the original printed spine, 1829 Milan printed right on it with the price. It's the first work of evidently a work that was expanded from here. At the beginning is this catalog from the publisher selling things such as maps, a plan of Genoa, and so on. And here's more. These are all things that were available for sale. Primarily it appears maps and view books. But when we begin here, this half title, there is this large engraved folding map published in Milan of Italy with original hand color on it, like so. Then we get to this very nicely engraved title page here with a view of Rome printed in Milan there, and that bird's eye view of Rome there as a frontis. And you see here all of the deckled edges and untrimmed and varying sizes. The intention would have been that the person would have then had them all trimmed by a binder way down to remove all of this deckling and even it all out. So let's stroll through this volume to give you an idea. There are numerous engraved maps to be found throughout it, and because of the deckled edges they can be a little bit tricky to locate, and they are actually easy to just go right by. So I'm going to do my best to not miss any to show you. This first one here is like so, of the northern regions, like this wonderful large map of Piedmont coming along the Mediterranean, Genoa there, Genova, and there's Lucca down here, and Pisa, of course, and Livorno, yes. And so there's Monaco right here, and so on, yes. Okay, and then as we continue, we'll see next this wonderful plan of Genoa here with a little key at the top right. That's a very nice, detailed, beautifully engraved plan, actually. It's got a very nice feeling to it. And let's just see, yes, here is a lovely plan of Turin, like so. Okay. Yes, now on we go. Interestingly enough, this is all in French. The text is in French. And here is a wonderful plan of Milan. 40 specific buildings or locations are identified within that beautiful plan. Now, that's a really well engraved map right there. Yes. All handmade paper. This paper would have been handmade. It's very nice quality. Wide margins all around. And here we have the next map that I will unfold so you can see. This is from Vienna to Trieste in the north. There's Trieste down here. Venice will be, of course, across over here. Yes, Graz. Yeah, Wein there. Vienna. Okay. Here we have this great plan of Venice. These plans out of this work, I should suspect, would be fairly elusive if you are a map collector collecting plans of whatever city it is. See, this right here is unopened. This is as issued right here. The owner would have taken a blunt, like the back edge of a butter knife or something, and opened up the paper at the time he wanted to read it. Same here. On like this. This is unopened as well, but that's where the bookbinder would have trimmed it to the point where if the owner did not open it, the binder would have, and so that's how it is throughout the whole book. It's still in its original pristine state of preservation as it was issued. which is somewhat uncommon. A lot of books from this era, most actually do not survive in this unopened, uncut state. They're inherently uncommon. Here we have Milan, Venice, and Florence, of course, the very famous little region where most voyageurs would focus initially on a first trip to Italy, say. Got to see Venice and you want to see Florence. Well, you want to see all the whole countryside if you could. All the hill towns especially. The hill towns of central Italy are fantastic. And here we have Milan to Venice and Trieste again. There's Venice right here. Milan, of course, over here. Verona, there. Yes. Yep. And I believe that there, I think there's one more possibly. Well, if there is, I must have missed it, but you get the idea at any rate. This gives a very good sense of how this book survives, what it is, and it is available now online from me, Brian DiMambro.